What's up Xiaomi fans, Christian here, welcome back to All About Me. And today I'm very excited to talk about the phone that we're going to review, which is the Redmi Note 9 Pro, because it's just been announced like 2 days ago and I already have the model itself. This is the global version and it's sent by Xiaomi. I'm very thankful for the opportunity that they're giving me on doing a review as early as now. It hasn't been launched globally, so I already have this. Alright, so let's get started. The Redmi Note 9 Pro is exactly the same as the Redmi Note 9S. It has the symmetrical design, the dimensions are all the same as well. And we have here the back, which is a 3D curved glass, which is also a Corning Gorilla Glass 5, same as the Redmi Note 9S. Okay, at the bottom, you'll see the speaker, the microphone, Type-C port, and the 3.5mm jack. And let's move along to the side. We have the volume buttons and the fingerprint sensor, which is also the power button. And at the top, we have the IR blaster and the second microphone, and you can see the camera. There's a gap, it's sticking out from the frame itself. And we have the SIM slot, which is a dual nano SIM and an SD card slot. Now what we have here is the Interstellar Gray, which is so shiny and so reflective. The available colors, we also have the Glacier White and the two-tone Tropical Green, which is a new color compared to the Redmi Note 9S. So let's move along to the display and the sound. Right, so we have the tiny dot display for the Redmi Note 9S. It is an IPS LCD screen and a resolution of 2400 by 1080 Full HD Plus display with a 6.67 inches, and also the screen to body ratio is 91%, and it also has a Corning Gorilla Glass 5 with a reading mode 2.0, and it's certified by TUV Rainland for low blue light emission as well. And I don't see any bleeding issue or any kind of issue on the screen itself. It is so vibrant, it's smooth, although it's just an IPS LCD screen, but the colors are vibrant, and the cut there on that dot display is also quite clean, and yeah, I don't see any issue at all on the screen itself. And the bezels are quite slim apart from the chin, but it's not that thick though, the chin, and even the dot display doesn't really affect me while watching anything on the screen, and it's quite decent. I like it, and the sound itself is super solid, and we can test or hear the sound later after this. It is said to have a 30% louder than the previous version, and also it has 80% more bass. And it's already pre-installed with the MIUI 11, and we don't know yet when the MIUI 12 will be available for the Redmi Note 9 Pro, and it has an Android 10. When it comes to performance, you won't get disappointed. It's super smooth. I don't see any lag or anything like that. It's powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 720G processor with the 8nm SIS technology and up to 2.3 GHz clock speed with the AI 5th generation AI engine, and it's a 6GB RAM that I'm using over here. And also the graphics processor is Adreno 618, so that's why the games are super smooth, so fluid. I'll be doing a full review when it comes to its gaming performance. So make sure you hit on the subscribe button and don't forget to hit on that bell notification icon as well. And for its performance, AnTuTu benchmark version 8 is 276,558. And so far I didn't notice any overheating on the phone. Easily you can go beyond 2 days usage of single charge because the battery is quite big. It's 5020 milliamperes, and the charge is it's a fast charge, 30 watts, and the one that comes in the box is a 33 watts charger. And there's a tiny light there on the top for notification. Moving along to its camera, starting from the top left, we have the 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, which is a field of view of 119 degrees, and the one beside that is the main shooter, the 64 megapixel camera, and we have the 5 megapixel macro camera and also a 2 megapixel depth sensing camera. So I went out to take some shots, and unfortunately it's super cloudy, but still these are some decent shots that I got with the Redmi Note 9 Pro. You can still see much detail even though it's a little bit darker than usual without the sunlight. And with this 64 megapixel, when you zoom in, you can still see much detail even though you go to the maximum level that you can zoom it in. There you go. Even though it's dark, it's still visible on some dark areas. The bricks are still decent quality even though you zoom it into the maximum. Portrait mode, you can actually adjust the level of blur. This is not something new, but it was highlighted during the launching event of the Redmi Note 9 series. And also you can add in the video or a movie frame, which will make it more cinematic. And taking videos, the 1080p 30 frames per second is super smooth, and there's no focus issue even though the subject is close, and the far away subject are pretty crisp, same as a 1080p 60 frames per second, but somehow there's a little bit shake. I was just panning while taking this video, and looking at the 4K, the colors are a little bit brighter compared to the other two videos earlier, and there is a little bit shake noticeable here. And before I play the video, it looks like the middle one is a little bit dark. So you can see, okay, this is a test of how shaky it is with the 3 videos that I've shot. And so far the 1080p 30 frames per second is the only one has some image stabilization. And this phone has a 16 megapixel in-display front camera, which is lesser than I expected because I was expecting it to have a 32 megapixels. And testing indoor selfies, it's quite good with a little bit beautify. All these are default photos, but when I tested it outside, it's oversaturated. If you look at the skin, it's very dark, and the front camera, there's no stabilization, as you can see, and there's also a slow motion selfie which you can play around. You can take more control over your photos and videos with the Pro mode. Some of the features are metering modes, focus peaking, exposure verification, RAW format, separate focusing, white balance, focus, shutter speed, and so on. There's so much more you can do with the Pro mode for both video and also on taking pictures. And Google Lens is also in the camera program, which you can just snap a photo and search, or you can just straight away search for that object that you're pointing at the camera, and straight away it search in Google. And there's also a document scanner built in the camera where you just take a photo. The shadow will be minimized while you're taking the photo of a document, and you can just crop it to any size that you want. and which is very useful without installing a different program. You can also try the kaleidoscope mode, which you can select 6 options, and those are the examples you can see there. There are different patterns. You can dance with it, and after you shoot the short video, you can add music to make it more fun and creative. And we have the side-mounted fingerprint sensor, which is quite responsive. You can just like slightly tap it, it will unlock the phone, and so far it hasn't really failed me while unlocking the phone. And I'm happy to know that this has an NFC support, which you can use for cardless transactions. They've also improved the haptic feedback, which gives you 150 kinds of vibration patterns for different notification. That is so cool. If you want to know the price, check the description below, and also the availability. And what do I think about the Redmi Note 9 Pro? I love the design, same as the Redmi Note 9S. I love the design. It's smooth gaming because of the 720G Qualcomm processor, and the battery life is super long as well as the stable video. But the only thing I don't like is the camera AI, because sometimes it tends to make the photo or video oversaturated. Let me know what you think and leave your comment below. And thank you so much for watching. You can leave your comments below. Let me know what you think about the Redmi Note 9 Pro. And I'll be doing a full in-depth review, specifically probably on its camera and also on its gaming performance. And its camera, because I've went outside today and it's so cloudy, so I feel that we can give it a chance on the maybe better day or a sunny day for the camera review. So make sure you hit on subscribe and hit on the bell notification icons to get notified once I upload a new video. So I'll see you on the next video. Stay safe wherever you are. Bye.